cold crept in first, a familiar chill that always heralded the late October nights. I'd always attributed it to the draft from the old windows, a minor annoyance in our rambling Victorian house. But tonight, it felt different, deeper. It settled in my bones, a frigid presence that had nothing to do with the weather. I'd been a light sleeper since the accident. The crack of a branch, the distant siren, even the hum of the refrigerator would jolt me awake, my heart hammering against my ribs, convinced it was the sound of the car crash all over again. Sleep offered little solace, only nightmares that replayed the mangled metal and the sickening silence. Tonight, though, it wasn't the phantom screech of tires that disturbed me. It was a sound I hadn't heard in years, a sound that should have been impossible. A faint, rhythmic scraping, like nails on wood. My breath hitched. I knew that sound. It was the distinct clatter of my old boots, the ones I'd worn that day, the ones that had been left by the back door, gathering dust, a painful reminder. I'd always kept them there, a morbid shrine. I squeezed my eyes shut, trying to convince myself it was a dream, a manifestation of my fractured sleep. But the sound persisted, growing louder, more deliberate. It wasn't just scraping anymore. It was a determined pacing, a dragging movement that echoed through the quiet house. My husband stirred beside me, a soft groan escaping his lips. I held my breath, willing him to sleep through it, not wanting to share this terror. But then his eyes flickered open, mirroring my own wide-eyed fear. "Did you hear that?" he whispered, his voice raspy. I could only nod, a knot of ice tightening in my stomach. The scraping stopped. Silence descended again, heavier than before, pregnant with unspoken dread. We lay there, rigid, listening to the frantic thump of our own hearts. Then a new sound, a low, guttural growl, impossibly close to our bedroom door. It wasn't animalistic in the way of a dog or a cat. It was something ancient, something that vibrated with pure malice. It was a sound that promised pain, a sound that scraped against the very fabric of sanity. The door creaked open, just a sliver of darkness that seemed to swallow the meager moonlight filtering through the window. And within that darkness, I saw it. Not with my eyes, not exactly. It was more like a feeling, a deep, sickening awareness, a presence. The air grew impossibly cold. The scent of damp earth and something acrid, like burnt ozone, filled the room. The growl intensified, a vibrating hum that rattled my teeth. My husband fumbled for the lamp beside his bed, his hand trembling. As his fingers brushed the switch, the scraping started again, this time from inside our room, near the foot of the bed. A slow, deliberate dragging, as if something heavy and rough was being pulled across the floor. I didn't dare look. I couldn't. I could only feel the icy tendrils of fear wrapping around me, squeezing the air from my lungs. The growl rose to a deafening crescendo, and then the light flickered on, revealing nothing. The room was empty. The scraping had stopped. The oppressive cold had receded, leaving behind only the lingering scent of dread. But etched into my memory, and the polished wood floor by the bed, was a single deep scratch, impossibly wide, as if made by something with far more than fingernails. And the lingering feeling, the chilling certainty that whatever had been here had just begun. You think it's over. You think you're safe. You heard the sounds. You saw the mark. It's still out there, and it's watching. Subscribe to the Aqeela Files if you dare, and pray it doesn't find you first.